Shirley Jones was not born into fame, but into a quiet life in Pennsylvania, where music and imagination filled the spaces of an ordinary childhood. Growing up in a modest town, she found joy in singing and performing long before she ever stepped onto a professional stage. Her talent became evident early, encouraged by teachers who recognized the clarity and strength of her voice. By her teenage years, she was already pursuing formal training, eventually studying at the Pittsburgh Playhouse. Those early years were not about ambition in the traditional sense, but about passion, an authentic love for performing that felt natural and effortless. When Hollywood finally came calling, it wasn't the result of calculated steps, but rather a series of opportunities that aligned at the right time. Her journey reminds us that sometimes the most enduring careers begin quietly, built not on strategy, but on genuine ability and dedication to craft. A Star is Born on the big screen, everything changed when Shirley Jones was cast in Oklahoma, a role that instantly transformed her into a rising star. At just 21, she carried a performance that felt both fresh and timeless, capturing audiences with her warmth and sincerity. The film's success placed her firmly within Hollywood's spotlight, and she quickly became associated with musical storytelling at its finest. Her collaboration with Rodgers and Hammerstein further elevated her status, making her one of the few performers to work closely under their guidance. These early successes created an image of Shirley as America's sweetheart, graceful, talented, and approachable. Yet behind the scenes, she was still adjusting to the rapid changes in her life. Fame arrived quickly, and with it came expectations that would shape her personal and professional decisions. While the world celebrated her rise, she was quietly navigating what it meant to live in the public eye, meeting a man who changed everything. It was during this early chapter of success that Shirley met Jack Cassidy, a man whose presence would profoundly shape her life. He was already established in the world of theater, known for his charisma and commanding stage presence. Their meeting felt almost cinematic, two performers crossing paths at a pivotal moment in their careers. Jack's confidence and charm were undeniable, and he carried himself with a kind of magnetic energy that drew people in. For Shirley, who had come from a quieter background, his world felt both exciting and unfamiliar. Their connection developed quickly, marked by shared interests and a deep appreciation for performance. Yet even in those early days, there were complexities beneath the surface. Jack's personality was larger than life, and while that made him captivating, it also hinted at the challenges that would later emerge. What began as a romantic and promising relationship would eventually evolve into something far more complicated. A marriage filled with promise. When Shirley Jones and Jack Cassidy married, their union seemed like a perfect pairing of talent and charm. To the public, they represented a glamorous Hollywood couple, balancing careers in film, television, and theater. Shirley stepped into her new role not only as a wife, but also as a stepmother to David Cassidy, who would later become a star in his own right. Their early years together were filled with excitement, professional opportunities, and the promise of a shared future. Shirley continued to build her career, earning acclaim for roles that showcased her versatility. One of her most notable achievements came with Elmer Gantry, which earned her an Academy Award and solidified her reputation as a serious actress. Despite these successes, the balance between personal life and professional ambition was not always easy. As their careers evolved, so too did the dynamics within their marriage, setting the stage for deeper challenges ahead. The pressure of fame behind closed doors. While their public image remained polished, life behind closed doors was far more complex. Fame brought with it constant attention, expectations, and pressures that influenced both Shirley and Jack in different ways. Shirley's career continued to flourish, while Jack navigated his own path, sometimes feeling overshadowed by her growing recognition. These differences created a subtle tension that gradually became more difficult to ignore. Jack's need for attention and admiration, combined with the demands of their industry, added strain to their relationship. Shirley, who valued stability and commitment, often found herself trying to maintain balance within a situation that felt increasingly unpredictable. Despite these challenges, she remained dedicated to her family, focusing on raising their children and preserving a sense of normalcy. This period of their lives highlights the contrast between public perception and private reality, a reminder that even the most admired relationships can carry unseen struggles. Building a family. Amid complexity, as their family grew, Shirley embraced her role as a mother with devotion and care. She worked to create a stable environment for her children, even as the pressures of their lifestyle continued to evolve. Balancing motherhood with a demanding career required both strength and adaptability. Her children became a central part of her world, offering moments of joy and grounding amid the unpredictability of fame. At the same time, the dynamics within the household were shaped by the personalities and experiences of each family member. Relationships required patience, understanding, and constant effort. Shirley's commitment to her family remained unwavering, even when circumstances were challenging. She prioritized their well-being, often placing their needs above her own. This dedication reflects a deeper aspect of her character, one rooted in resilience and compassion. While the outside world saw success and glamour, her true focus was on maintaining a sense of unity and care within her home. Success on screen and a new identity. The 1970s brought a new chapter in Shirley Jones's career with her role in The Partridge Family. As the matriarch of a musical family, she became a familiar and beloved figure to audiences across the country. The show's success introduced her to a new generation, reinforcing her image as a nurturing and approachable presence. Working alongside her stepson, David Cassidy, added another layer to the experience, blending her professional and personal worlds in a unique way. The series offered a lighter, more accessible form of storytelling, contrasting with some of her earlier dramatic roles. While the show brought joy to viewers, it also required a consistent level of commitment and energy. Shirley embraced the opportunity, bringing authenticity and warmth to her performance. This period of her career demonstrated her ability to adapt and evolve, maintaining relevance in an ever-changing industry while continuing to connect with audiences. The contrast between image and reality. Despite the cheerful image presented on screen, Shirley's personal life during this time was far more complicated. The contrast between her role as a loving television mother and the challenges within her own home became increasingly pronounced. Maintaining a public persona while managing private struggles required emotional strength and composure. She often found herself balancing appearances with reality, ensuring that her professional commitments were met while addressing the needs of her family. This duality is something many public figures experience, but for Shirley, it was particularly intense given the nature of her roles. Her ability to navigate these complexities speaks to her resilience and dedication. Rather than allowing difficulties to define her, she continued to move forward, focusing on what she could control. This period highlights the strength it takes to uphold responsibilities while quietly managing personal challenges, offering a deeper understanding of the person behind the public image. Reaching a turning point, over time, the ongoing challenges within her marriage led Shirley to a moment of reflection and decision. Recognizing the need for change, she chose to step away from a relationship that had become difficult to sustain. This decision was not made lightly, but with careful consideration of what was best for her and her family. Ending a long-term marriage is never easy, especially when it involves shared history and deep emotional ties. Yet it also marked the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by independence and self-awareness. Shirley approached this transition with courage, focusing on rebuilding her life while maintaining her responsibilities as a mother and professional. This turning point represents a significant moment in her journey, highlighting the importance of recognizing when change is necessary. It reflects her ability to make difficult choices with clarity and strength, prioritizing long-term well-being over short-term comfort. Loss, reflection, and moving forward. Following this period of change, Shirley faced moments of loss that prompted reflection and emotional growth. These experiences brought a deeper understanding of life's complexities, encouraging her to look back with both honesty and compassion. Grief, in its many forms, often leads to introspection, and for Shirley, it became an opportunity to process her past and move forward with renewed perspective. She continued to focus on her family, ensuring that her children felt supported and grounded during times of transition. At the same time, she allowed herself the space to heal and grow. This balance between caring for others and attending to her own needs reflects a thoughtful approach to life's challenges. Rather than allowing loss to define her, she used it as a catalyst for growth, shaping the person she would become in the years that followed. Finding stability in a new chapter. In time, Shirley Jones found companionship again, building a relationship that offered a different kind of stability. This new chapter of her life was characterized by mutual support, humor, and understanding. While no relationship is without its challenges, this partnership provided a sense of balance that contrasted with earlier experiences. It allowed her to focus on the present while appreciating the lessons of the past. Over the years, this relationship became an important part of her life, contributing to her sense of fulfillment and well-being. It also demonstrated her openness to new beginnings, even after periods of difficulty. By embracing change and remaining receptive to new experiences, she continued to grow both personally and emotionally. This phase of her journey highlights the importance of resilience and the ability to find stability in unexpected places. Speaking with honesty. Later in life, as Shirley grew older, she became more open about her experiences, choosing to share her story with honesty and reflection. This willingness to speak openly was not about revisiting the past for its own sake, but about offering perspective and understanding. With time comes clarity, and Shirley used that clarity to express what she had learned throughout her life. Her reflections were thoughtful and measured, focusing on the complexities of relationships and the importance of self-awareness. By sharing her experiences, she contributed to a broader conversation about resilience, growth, and the realities behind public life. Her honesty resonated with many, offering insight into the challenges that often remain unseen. This stage of her life demonstrates the value of reflection and the strength it takes to speak openly about personal experiences. A legacy beyond the spotlight. Today, Shirley Jones's legacy extends far beyond her roles in film and television. While her performances remain beloved, it is her journey as a person that offers the most meaningful lessons. She has lived a life marked by success, challenges, growth, and resilience, navigating each phase with determination and grace. Her story reminds us that behind every public figure is a human experience shaped by choices, relationships, and personal growth. By reflecting on her life with honesty and compassion, she has created a legacy that goes beyond entertainment. It is a legacy rooted in authenticity, resilience, and the ability to evolve over time. For audiences who have followed her career, she remains not only a talented performer, but also a symbol of strength and self-discovery. The enduring strength of a life fully lived in the end, Shirley Jones's story is not defined by any single chapter, but by the way she has navigated them all, from a small-town beginning to international recognition, from personal challenges to moments of renewal. Her journey reflects the complexity of a life fully lived. She has embraced both the joys and the difficulties, allowing each experience to shape her perspective. Her strength lies not in perfection, but in her ability to continue moving forward with grace and understanding. As she reflects on her life, she does so with a sense of acceptance and clarity, recognizing the value of every moment. Her story serves as a reminder that resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with courage and learning from them along the way.